particularly in London, because that's my experience, I've witnessed the diminishing of spaces quite violently in the last maybe 15 years. You know, time was that you could just go and have a gig or have a meeting or decide that you're going to have a workshop or put something on, you know, let's get a group of people together and do something, and it was affordable and it was easy. And you could say, yeah, actually, I'm going to pay £300 and have a 5-day music festival in 4 venues and charge people 20 quid to come. And you can't do that anymore. You can't have free spaces anymore. And I think a lot of that is to do with governments, local governments, taking away space. And that, like, my experience was of the Lambeth Women's Project being taken away and all those organisations having to find new homes.
I've done a lot of stuff around Twitter and how black people use Twitter particularly is very different to our white counterparts use it. So, for example, I think I was reading an article where it said something like black people who have access to social media tend to use it 26% more times than their white counterparts. We tweet more. How we tweet is different. So we tend to tweet to each other, we at each other, we reply to each other more often. And so we end up working in these really strong little networks. So if anyone's been on the receiving end of Black Twitter at all, they would know it's a force to be reckoned with online because you've got these little really strong vocal networks on there. But also with digital media as well, it's I mean, I've met a lot of queer people through online stuff and artists, and my band started online, and we're a black feminist punk band. That's how we started. And I think it does provide a space for conversation, but then on the flip side of that, is it a safe space? And I would obviously say it's not, because things do happen out on there. And also, what kind of dialogue does it create online? Does it become more about the self, how one presents oneself visually?
Religion is a very big part of intersectionality, and this regularly comes up in the classroom. So kind of I'm 36 this month, and my life, ancient, thanks. I think like the big project that I've had in my life personally has been to not be fragmented. So to be able to walk into my classroom or into my mother's living room and be queer and Muslim and of colour and a woman and all those things and just be me. And it's been a lot, you know, sort of acknowledging the energy that goes into that, and the time that takes is an important part of being in these spaces. But that also means that when a student says in my class, oh, as they did yesterday, well, if I was a gay Muslim, I wouldn't choose to be a gay Muslim. Those boys clearly, you know, why would you make that choice? And it's very easy for me in that space because I've worked really hard and my school's worked really hard for it to be a safe space to say, well, I'm a gay Muslim and I haven't been disowned.